Hey friends, in today's video, quick first impression of Aisha's Care Pulse Rifle. I got this from Trials last weekend. It was Dissonance. I was interested in the map, so I played it, and now I finally have it. In previous Trials weekends, I just don't like the state of the meta, the map, the reward, etc. Also, Adept isn't worth it. Don't break your back over trying to get an Adept version. There's no noticeable difference whatsoever to me. So let's read this Pulse Rifle. Heavy Burst, which means it is a 2-shot burst. Slightly reduces flinch from incoming fire while aiming. The amount, I'm not exactly sure, but I can tell you for sure, it's not enough. Even with the power of Zen Moment, it's still not enough. If you get hit by a hand cannon in hand cannon distance, you might be looking at the ceiling. It is still very jarring. So I was hoping that I could ditch Zen Moment to instead go for Slice so I could have a better time rocking Stylish Executioner. More on that in a minute. Let's talk about the gun and compare it in Foundry because on paper, it doesn't do anything the strongest out of all the pulse rifles. And it's also not this like all-arounder beast pulse rifle. So let's just compare the time to kill and range real quick. 0.87 time to kill, that's the same as a 140 RPM hand cannon. 37.4 meters. Then we go to LCs. 0.67, that is noticeably faster for the cost of around 2 or 3 meters. Barely noticeable with the pulse rifle. Even if that damage fall off is less steep with this frame, LC still runs circles around it in everything, including flinch mitigation for some reason. I feel like I can beam hand cannons, no problem with that. Then we go to Peace of Mind. A 0.8, slightly faster than Aisha in the hand cannons. Significantly less range. This is hand cannon range. But my argument for this frame has always been, number one, it sort of aims itself, and number two, it procs Facet of Solitude on the Hunter, which triggers Flawless Execution so you can go invisible. So that's my reward for kill chaining. And to my surprise, Aisha's Care also procs that, so it has a +1 in that category, and that's what made my play session with it kind of awesome. I was really enjoying it once I realized that. Not 100% sure if the aggressive burst frame activates it, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I lean on the side of more it doesn't. Probably should have tested that, but I don't really feel like booting up my second PC. You know what? No, I had to redact yesterday's video. I'll be right back. Private match is loading up in the background. We'll have our answer soon enough. 37, aim down sights, range, and 37. They're the same, so pick your poison. With Revision 0, you literally do pick between these two frames. Out of the two, I think I like the 2-shot burst better than the 4-shot burst because less tracking. Also, you can play peak shotting harder against a wall. Seems like a significantly better frame. Okay, I have to remember to not dodge because I have Slice on this. It was unique at the time, but I have to land all heads, so let's make sure I'm close enough that... No walls. So now apples to apples. Aisha's Care is better because it procs the walls. Okay, now we're going to talk about damage boosters. Look at what Kill Clip does to this. Barely anything. Let's keep going. Had to switch to Claws of the Wolf because Claws of the Wolf has Kill Clip. That brings it from 0.8 to 0.67. Now Belisarius. This one has a gap where you can grab one Armor Surge, take it down to 0.6. That's reasonable. That's possible. Now let's look at Elsie's. Barely any difference. Let's try Desperado. 0.55. Now we go to Aisha. We try Desperado. Goes to a 0.67. So after getting the kill perk, it's the same as Elsie's, but if Elsie's has the kill perk, it's significantly faster. Alright, let's keep adding on to it now. We're going to add Radiant and Desperado. 0.6. Radiant and Desperado. A 0.48, but you have to start getting surges. Not out of the question, but let's just count it as a 0.55. Then you look at Kill Clip. That's a 0.47, a very clean 2-burst. Try Kill Clip. Nope, still too slow, 0.53. or I guess 0.6 for all the resiliences. So this is what gave me the idea for today's loadout. Previously, I had tried Golden Tricorn with a Warlock and shooting the needle to get Golden Tricorn too. But by the time I had the perk, I was so weak and I was zoned out by all the grenades and stuff that following up the kill felt ridiculous. Little did I know though that this kill clip Dragon Shadow Radiant combo would go crazy. Sorry if you hear that jungle in the background or whatever. So you might be saying like, oh Cam, you gotta run Gunslinger because you get the extended Acrobat Dodge Radiance from the fragments. But I think Prism makes more sense because you can combine Dragon Shadow and Spirit of the Coyote. Yes, I know that there's that bug to where if you die, you lose the charge, but you can sort of keep like half a charge rolling. So it's very helpful for the economy. Plus, I get the walls with Stylus Executioner, Facet of Solitude from the gun frame itself. So that's sort of the niche I've been leaning towards. This is a controller gameplay because I want to compare it directly to the rapid fire pulses. And I would say that I err on the side of I like the rapid fires better on controller. And I think I like the heavy burst better on mouse and keyboard. Speaking of that, I forgot to mention that if you got a Claws of the Wolf and you do the same Radiant loop and pick up an orb, which is really easy with the Season's artifact, you can also get to that 0.47. Very clean 2 burst. But Aisha just requires 2 steps. Get the kill for kill clip, dodge with Dragon Shadow. You don't even have to do the reload because Dragon Shadow does that for you. So I think this is the only reason I would put this pulse rifle in my vault, aside from crossing my fingers that this archetype gets a buff in the future somehow, some way. And I hope that they do it in the flinch mitigation. I will gladly take a slower time to kill if it means I'm not looking at the ceiling every time a hand cannon dares to exist. Anyway, friends, enjoy the gameplay, enjoy the clips. I also did a couple clips with this Desperado roll. But I am going to send that one on its way because I no longer need Slice. Even if Slice works in PvP the way it's described, I don't need it to proc the walls. I'm just going to use this. I'm going to save the vault space, and it has the best of both worlds. Kill clip for when I want to use the Dragon Shadow Radiant, and Desperado for when I'm just daily driving it. Too late. Ooh. Tubers. Tubers. Danger zone. Oh, that's not danger. That's a bipod rocket. Hold up. That's terrible. Okay, just updated. When I have a buff, I get a faster class ability. I just have to remember to actually use it. Because if I die, I will go back to 1 charge. Oh, whoa! Endless Veil, first time in like over a day. That's fine, absolutely. I'm okay with that. I'm happier when people actually leave the home flag to play the game. I'll get the reload in. I'm stunned. I haven't played it in days. I can't see my ability charges. So glad I leveled up my weapon. I don't really want to use this. Yeah, I'll just burn it into the wall. I really don't care to use it. I can ricochet that. Feel naked not having blink on for this map. Oh, that's not going to do anything for me. I just instinctively dodged. I should be used to that final warning sound by now. The pulse is doing pretty decently on this map, like. No complaints here. Oh no, it was supposed to fire. It's what happens when you run Dragon Shadow. It's just not consistent enough handling. Had to fully wait for that animation. I messed up there. Granted, I also wanted to grapple to get Radiant in a pinch. Wow, they all full swung that. Trying to float that, trying to anticipate like a smoke at the corner so when it lands I can push forward, not fear a shotgun. Speaking of shotgun. I don't know if we have the numbers for power ammo yet. We gotta do some clearing. I'm about to have my grapple, so might be able to get it done. Use my dodge as an actual dodge. Controller different. I know someone's on top of me too. Oh, found him. I can look up on controller. They said it couldn't be done. Couldn't tell if he made it behind the box or not in that time. I hate challing this main lane, but like judging where my team is, like what choice do I have? They're about to full swing that. Oh, hold on, this is gonna be fat. I am letting controller take the wheel right now. This feels great. Timing. Assist, please. To the other spawn with my tether. Actually, I think that's wrong. I'm not gonna tether. There's no point. Let's clear out the spawn first. Put that down. I'm not gonna be able to fight that. Maybe that was the right call. Maybe I just had to sit at gold box for like 5 extra seconds so I could full tether the flag. What are the future supers I gotta deal with? Because there might be a roamer that I'd rather use instead. That's good. We're gonna get power ammo. Wait, I don't even want that. I just want the enemy team not to have it. I got faked out because he wasn't actually floating. I like don't need to waste my whole magazine on that player, but just like damage him so he can't heal for free. I mean, he's already shot too. There's no point in tethering. Radiant, no kill clip. Sad times. Trying to get the spawners. I'm ready. This can be a good tether. Can be. The 2 burst. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I go through a desert, a drought. No endless veil, no jam 4. Many games. I'm talking, we go to my Destiny tracker, Crucible report, whatever history, and just scroll down. Pages upon pages upon pages. This map is supposedly supposed to have a higher weight. I get quitter penalties. I join in progress into mayhem. One endless veil match. It hits. Every time. And I haven't even tried the Slice Desperado one. I don't know if I want to go through 30 matches of Twilight Gap and Exodus Blue until I get Endless Veil or Jav to test it out properly. Anyway, that's what's been going on with me in PvP. Just been really frustrated at the map pool and the current meta, and mostly how the player culture is reacting to that. Like, they could just be running what they find fun, but they run like the most competitive thing possible in the casual mode, and then quit and get frustrated